For you, here comes another tutorial on how to make radio jingles. This is a little bit of spoken and a little bit of singing. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to tune the vocal, how to record the vocal, how to do a little bit of harmony. This is for a station called Wbrs, sent over to me via Facebook to do this one for them, and they've kindly let me do a video on it. So without further ado, the first part is to record the voice for the intro. So I'm doing this in Logic as always. If you're in any other software, it doesn't matter. Just set your input right. Arm the track to record. Figure out what you've got to say. Okay, here we go. From the capital of Europe. I believe that's it. Let's have a listen. From the capital of Europe. Right. So it sounds a bit weak to start with. So first of all, we're going to get some processing on there. I'll create another track down here. I'll drag that. Because then I've got one set for recording, and then I can drag my other bits down here. So as always, I set this onto a bus. If you don't know what a bus is, other than one that you catch, it's like a separate audio track. So you can send different instances of audio to the same track so you can process them all together. So to do it in Logic, you come and change from the stereo out. You choose a bus. We're going to choose bus 1 because it's available. And then we will just name it. Can call it main vocal track. Now I can apply effects here. So if I've got if I then want to do another recording, I can send that to the same bus. I will be able to change the effects on each track independently, but then I can also do them all at the same time, if that makes any sense. It might make more sense as I go on. So, as always with a vocal, cut the low and cut around between 2 and 5, something like that, and I'll always do a tiny little boost there. You can come and change this later. I just like to get a good thing going, and then I can come and adjust it later as I like. And a compressor. This one is from Waves. I love it. I mean, they're all similar. They all do the same thing, but you get to like this. You get used to the sounds of certain ones that you keep using, and that's one that I seem to like. We're also going to want to set up a bus and put a compressor on it, known as parallel compression. I won't go into exactly what that is, because that's probably a video on its own, but there'll be plenty of them out there if you want to go and check that out. And that one is always set fairly heavy. Like I said, I can come fine tune all of these properly in a moment. Then I'm going to bring up an exciter. And we'll listen to how that's doing so far. From the capital of Europe. From the capital of Europe. Cool, and now we're bringing that parallel compression as well, which will really give it a boost. From the capital of Europe. And then I'll add a little bit of distortion. Just a touch, don't want to go mad. From the capital of Europe. Bit less. From the capital of Europe. That will do us for now. I might come back to it in a minute. Then I can layer my sound on top. From the capital of Europe. Okay, that's the first one. And then I've got this little thingy here, which I'm going to cut up. So at the moment it sounds like... yeah. So we're just going to cut it up a little bit. Let's see what I've got there. No, that's not enough. Let's see how that sounds.
From the capital of Europe.
Then I think I want to bring them in there. It's all about timing also. Let's have a listen.
From the capital of Europe.
Nope, I don't have these right at all. A lot of it's just playing around until you get exactly what you want. Yeah, it's not too bad, I think. I think that's kind of what I'm after. Let's have a listen.
From the capital of Europe.
And then I've got another little thingy over here. There we go.
Europe. Europe.
I think I'm just gonna cut that there for now. And then I'm going to add a fade here. Then I'm going to bounce that. The reason you bounce it is because it's going to apply the fade to the clip. So you can see it looks like it goes down. So I can now get rid of that one. Don't need it. I'll bring that up. I think I'll probably bring that across there. And what I'm going to do now is reverse it.
From the capital of Europe. From the capital of Europe.
I'll get rid of him. Again, we're still on time, and of course I forgot I cut the end off of him, so drag that back out again.
Europe. From the capital of Europe.
Sorry, this is going to take a little while. It's just configuring it all just to get it to sound nice and smooth with the timing and everything. But this is the bit where you start to get bored. Well, anyone watching starts to get bored.
From the capital of Europe. Europe. Europe.
Okay, so what I can do on this now is add a fade. Right click that and slow it down, so I got this.
Of Europe. Europe. From the capital of Europe. From the capital of Europe.
Yeah, I'm just going to wonder if I can bring all this forward just a little bit. Let's see.
Capital of Europe. Of Europe. Of Europe.
Right, I'm going to put a little reverb on this one. Just got to find one. There it is. See how that one sounds, just pops up.
Europe. Europe.
I think we're getting there.
From the capital of Europe.
And I'm going to put a little whisper in here. That's him right there. So here comes a little whisper.
From the capital of Europe.
Wbrs. Oh, my timing was bad. Let's see what we've got.
Capital of Europe.
Wbrs. Wbrs. Okay, let's see if we can get it to sit exactly right. I'll try and speed it up first of all. That might sound bad. Let's see. Wbrs. Oh, that was wrong because I want it to... I think I want it to land about there maybe. Let's see how that sounds. Wbrs. RS. Wbrs. Okay, get in there. Okay. Now for a whisper, I'm going to send this to the same track as this one because it's already got the processing on. So right click down here, send it to main vocal track. Wbrs. And then cut out the low end. So we've just got a whisper. Wbrs. You can also put some other weird modulation on there. This is why I was saying about doing a bus. So this one and this one, I can put effects on independently, but they're all going to get processed the same way at the end with the bus processing. Hopefully that makes some sense. So I can come into some modulation and try like a flanger or a flanger, whatever you want to call it. Wbrs. That's a bit weird. What presets have we got? Easy. I love easy. Wbrs. Sounds alright. So far then we've got...
From the capital of Europe.
Wbrs. And then he wanted me to sing. Don't know why. Maybe he never heard me sing before. Right, here we go. Let's get up another track down there. It's weird because before I was saying save that one for recording and then I just get carried away and forget. But it's cool. This one's set up the same. Yeah, so this is the painful bit.
Europe.
Wbrs. Wbrs. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, let's try another one. This is to thicken things up. That's why we do 2 or 6 or however many you want.
Europe.
Wbrs. Wbrs. Then obviously I'm rubbish, so they're going to be off time. So let's correct them. The easiest way is probably just to come in, split, drag it over like that. Doesn't look so bad. Let's listen. Wbrs. Right. I know it sounds awful at the moment, but bear with me. It'll sound... Well, no, it won't sound great. It will sound better. So mute one of them just so we can work on one at a time. I'm going to use Melodyne. It is a manual tuning software. It's worth every penny. Wbrs. Yeah, that sounds weird. Now I've soloed it, where I split it down the middle, but that's okay. Let's see what we get. Wbrs. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's a shame. Tell you what, let me just do another one. We'll just work on this one for now. Wbrs. Because sometimes you can just do harmonies and manipulate just the one and you don't need loads of them, but let's have a look. So that brings it bang on tune to an extent. Wbrs. Well, that's fine. That's absolutely spot on, actually. Wbrs. So yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Let's see if I can just bounce that, Control B. And that will apply the auto-tune effect onto this one. So rather than record another one, we'll see if we can just make a harmony out of it. So we open up another instance of Melodyne. It's all tuned because obviously we know it is because we bounced it tuned. So now I'm going to make sure that it is snap to scale. And we'll drag it up. Wbrs. Wbrs. Play it alongside the other, see what we've got. Wbrs. 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 That's all right. I'm going to do another one. Because if you just do one and then you do a harmony like that, sometimes it sounds a little bit off. But if you do 2, you can balance them against each other. I'll show you in a moment when I've done this one. Wbrs. And then sometimes when you get multiple instances of Melodyne open, they'll start to get confused with each other and then they don't do what you're supposed to do. So we'll see. We'll keep clicking until it works.
From the capital of Europe.
Wbrs. Wbrs. Okay, has it got it now? Ah, it has. Oh no, that's the other one, isn't it? It's this one I want. Ah, yeah, it has. There you are. So let's do our lower harmony here. Wbrs. See how that sounds against the others. Wbrs. Yep, that sounds fine. No, it doesn't sound fine, but it's going where it's supposed to be going. So the main one, keep it in the middle, and the others pan left and right, and then reduce their volume. Let's have another listen. Wbrs. And also, we will send them all to that same bus, the processing bus. See how that sounds? Wbrs. No, I've done that completely wrong. I did that as a send. I don't want to do it as a. I want to do it as a direct send. Here we go. Wbrs. So there's a bit of de-essing going to be needed, I think, in a moment here. Wbrs. Yeah, definitely. I'll try and do it on the main one. The thing is, I don't want it to disrupt anything else. Let's have a little look, see if I can do it. Also, we're going to need a reverb on there. Yes. 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 Let's see.
From the capital of Europe.
Wbrs. Wbrs. Yeah, getting there. Now I need a reverb. Which I'm going to need to automate also. Yeah, long pause while I think about how I'm doing it. I'm terrible. I know what I'm doing, but I have to like think about it before it actually works. It's like a slow brain or something. Yeah, it's bad enough you can't even find your reverb when your finger's straight on the reverb. Mad. No idea. I'll just go for the vocal plate. I like that one. Yeah, so now what I need to do, if I remember rightly... no, because I've sent the bus to the bus. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I'll get there in a second. Basically, what it is I've now put the reverb for this track, but I don't want it to affect my original vocal as well. I know you could say I could put it on there, but that would be longer because I have to put it on each individual one. But it's cool. Wbrs. Yeah, I've got it now. So what I need to do is create a track for that bus, I think. Then I need to bring the automation window up. The send to aux 3, so I'm getting a bit in depth now. And then I just want to click there, and I believe that should be it. So as it plays, you should notice this little control go around. Wbrs. Nice, I'll add a little more. Maybe even bring it back there a little bit. Wbrs. Still, that S is a bit crazy, so let me bring him down a bit. Wbrs. Think we're good. Right. If we're good, then we're ready to limit.
From the capital of Europe. WBRS.
Now these guys are still a little bit too loud. By highlighting them all, the volumes will all come down together.
WBRS.
Bit more.
WBRS. Of Europe.
And this guy, this needs a little bit of something. He sounds a bit weak. I think what I'll do is reduce some of the low end, and I'll give him a compressor. He just needs a little bit of a kick up the bum. He sounds a bit weak. That's cool. So that evens him out, and now I can give him some distortion. Let's see what that does for us. That sounds a bit more mad.
From the capital of Europe. WBRS.
Now these lot need some EQing, I think. That one needs a touch. This one needs, because they just sound too out of place, I guess is the right word. Let's try that.
WBRS.
That S is still too crazy. I don't like it. I guess best thing I can do is split them down the middle. And try and reduce the gain on them. Let's see if that helps.
Yes.
Yeah, slightly.
From the capital of Europe. WBRS.
Yeah, it's better. Okay, so now we come over to the master output. I'm going to put isotope ozone on the end, but you can just do your own little master if you like, or just put a limiter on it, as long as you do one or the other. I mean, you can do master assistant on this, and it's great for music, but the thing with jingles, because you've got quiet bits and loud bits, sometimes it doesn't get it quite right, and it limits for the quiet bits, and then when the loud bits come in, it's all squashed and all over the place. But I'll have a go and we'll see what happens. Sorry, it's going to loop for a little bit while it does this.
From the capital of Europe. WBRS. From the capital of Europe. WBRS. From the capital of Europe. WBRS. From the capital of Europe.
It'll get there in a minute.
WBRS.
Come on.
From the capital of Europe.
There you go. So that's mastered it. It's put me a bit of EQ, dynamic EQ, a maximizer. I mean, you might want to, you can add other bits as well. So I can come in here and add images which give you more stereo, exciter. Normally I put an exciter on there as well, but make sure they go before the maximizer.
From the capital of Europe. WBRS. From the capital of Europe. WBRS. From the capital of Europe. WBRS. From the capital.
It's a little bit of something. Let me try an imager as well. Might as well. These are like the different bands. So that's the bands of EQ on which you're going to make stereo. Same as when I was on the exciter. They're the bands on the EQ. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away and forget to explain what I'm actually doing.
From the capital of Europe.
WBRS.
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 From
See, if you were doing music, I would go nowhere near as crazy as that on the stereo. But for these jingles, they're supposed to sound way out there and a bit mad. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with crazy stereo on a jingle, I'm sure. So I'm just going to cut this part down. It drags on a little bit. I'll make sure it fades okay. Add the fade tool. And there you go. One last go and then I'm done.
From the capital of Europe.
WBRS.
There you go. Done.